Hi, I'm Phyllis, SouthernFrugal.com. Well, we are going to fix a special, I call it special, dinner for tonight. And I'll just show you what we're doing. The first thing I'm doing is making the dish that's going to be a side dish. So I've got about 5 spring onions that I sliced very, very thin. Let me put you on closer. Sliced them very, very thin. And I just cooked them till they're soft, not till they're brown. And I did use a tablespoon of bacon grease in there to brown those, or to cook those. So now what we're going to do is add the Swiss chard, baby kale, and baby spinach to the skillet. And this is what I bought at Aldi's the other day. And what I used before didn't have the Swiss chard in it, but that's okay. Now I washed it 2 different times and then dipped it out of the water, so it's still got some moisture. So I'm going to put it right in on top of those onions. You'll hear how crispy it is. So the moisture in there is just going to be the moisture that was on the leaves that had been washed. And all we're going to do is just wilt this down a little bit. It shouldn't take long. I'm trying to burn it up just a little bit. Can you hear it steaming? Alright, now I'm just going to put this lid on it, let it steam for just a couple of minutes. So what we're going to have is going to be, let me back y'all up now, is going to be like a bean quesadilla. So today I'm using pintos, and I bought these at Walmart the other day. Now these are the fat-free kind. They don't have any pork in them, just water. So what I did was put them in a pot, brought them up to a boil. Oops, sorry. And then I rinsed them in the colander. And you see there's right much water in there, so I'm going to dump that out. And dump the beans down in that pot. And let me stir this again real quick. Turn it all down again. See how it's wilted all down? It already smells wonderful. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is just, I mean that wasn't really even probably a minute. I'm just going to leave it in the hot skillet with the lid on it and just put it over to the side, and we'll be having that as a side dish. So in the meantime, I'm going to mash up my pintos with my potato masher. And this is going to be like, sort of like refried beans, but drier than that, because we're going to put them in the tortillas, and I want them as dry as possible, but still cooked. And also, when you get something in a can, of course, it's always a good idea to heat it up, just to be sure. Alright, that looks like enough. All up, and they're kind of dry still. Alright, so let me get my other stuff together, and I'm probably going to move y'all over on the other side, and we'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing I did is get out 2 tortillas that were about the same width. I put a little teeny bit of olive oil on this side, spread it out with a rag, which is just an arm of an old t-shirt, and then turn it over. And did the same thing on this side. So we're going to cook the top first, and I do that because I like them crispy. So we're going to move y'all up again. Well, where are you? Better move you back, man, okay? How about that? There. Alright, so my skillet's up on medium, and I'm going to go ahead and put the top in first. And on the top, I'm going to use a couple of the pepper jack cheese. We bought some of that the other day. This is from my old pack, but tonight I'm just going to fix one while I'm videotaping, and then after we get through eating, I'm going to fix another one and put it in the refrigerator and see how it does, and we'll probably have it for supper tomorrow night, since I normally don't really do that much cooking on Sunday. Alright, so I'm going to just break that cheese up and lay it around because I just want it to melt a little bit. And I also want this to get a little brown on that side. Might need to turn my burner up even a little more. It's not real hot right now. So this will give it a little bit of heat, having the pepper jack cheese on one side. And you don't want to go all the way to the edge, although some might go over anyway. I don't know why my burner, there it is. Alright, so we're going to wait for this to melt and it gets a little brown on the other side. And we'll take this out and put it in a plate and we'll start on the other side. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, the cheese has melted and the top is just a little bit brown. So now we're ready to start on the bottom. Again, I put the olive oil on that side, so I'm going to turn that down. And this time we're going to put cheddar cheese on. And again, I'm going to fix two of these, but I'm going to fix the other one after we get through eating. So it's going to take, it's probably about a cup that I'll be using on this. Alright, now we're ready for the pintos. So what I'm going to do, I have to use my fingers. I'm just going to kind of spread them out a little bit in there. And they're dry for a reason, because if they're too wet, they'll make everything soggy. I need to turn my burner back down a little bit because it's cooking a little too fast. So I use about half that can on this. And what we're going to end up doing is slicing it into 6 little pieces, and we'll each have 3 along with some side things to eat here. Alright. Just kind of spread them out a little bit. I want to make sure it's not getting too brown. And it's not. Alright, so we've got the beans on now. And now I'm going to sprinkle those beans with just a teeny bit of garlic. Now the beans already have salt in them from the can. Now we've got some tomato that's been sliced very thin and most of the seeds taken out because they're so watery they would kind of mess this up. So we're just going to put some of the tomato on. Really just about 3 really thin slices. See how thin that is? And the seeds are mostly out of it. Alright, now we're ready for cilantro. So this is about half a bunch of cilantro, and I pick all the leaves off the stems. And we're just going to pile it on. A lot. I want to save enough for the next one though, so. Put a touch more garlic on top. And a teeny bit of salt. Because remember the cheese has salt in it. Alright, so now we're ready to put the top on it. We'll sprinkle a teeny bit of cheddar right on top of there. And then the top is still warm and that cheese is melted. I'm just going to mash it down. Let me check it, make sure it's not getting too brown. It's not. Alright, so we're going to let this cook for another couple of minutes just till everything's really heated through, and we'll be back. Okay, I just turned this over to the other side, and I'm just kind of waiting till the little cilantro leaves have kind of wilted in there, and all the cheese is super melted and it's heated all the way through. I do want to show you this tip. Now this is one of those heirloom tomatoes that I got at Walmart, and I use that end of the spoon to dig out the seeds because and then after I slice it, I put it on a couple of paper towels because you want all the moisture kind of out of it, because otherwise it's going to make this really soggy. So anyway, that's a grapefruit spoon, and it's a cheap one too, but see that end of it works really good. Well, it works a lot better than a knife does because a knife kind of pokes all the way through them. Alright, I'm going to get the tea ready and get our plates out, and we'll be right back. Okay, I put my greens back on the burner. Now the burner's not on, but I want them to make sure they're really good and warm. And I forgot to mention this a while ago. I put just a teeny bit of apple cider vinegar on there. Just maybe half a teaspoon. And I'm not sure why that makes them good. I'm not putting it on there because the greens are bitter, because they're not. But somehow that just brings out the flavor. Alright, I'm going to get this on the plate. We'll be back. Alright, we are ready to eat. Now, Mr. Bucky likes limeade when the limes are inexpensive and good limes, and I got some yesterday at Walmart, so he's getting limeade today, or really tonight almost. And here's the meal. Here's what it looks like. Now the ones on top will stay crispy, but what's on the bottom doesn't stay crispy for very long. So this is some avocado with just lime juice and a little bit of garlic and a little bit of salt, and I made them peeled them and everything about 30 minutes before the meal and put them in the refrigerator, and they kind of get creamy. And there are those luscious greens, and they are so good, y'all. I mean, you really only have to cook them just a couple of minutes. Anyway, there it is. And there's my plate, and I've got iced tea, of course, and I'm going to make another one as soon as we finish eating and see how it keeps in the refrigerator and see if I can warm it up like tomorrow night. Alright, y'all, I sure hope y'all will try this. It is so, so good, and especially those greens. They are delicious. Alright, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now. Alright, it's been a couple of hours since our big meal, and we're ready for our dessert. So, what I think we'll do is just have half a piece of the cake, and I'm just going to cut it, there it is, I'm just going to cut it right down the middle. And put half of it in each little bowl. And then the strawberries, now these are fresh strawberries, and I've sliced them up and put sugar on them, and so they made some juice there. And that sugar makes the juice run out of the strawberries, which is what I was looking for, because I want that juice to soak up in the cake. Juice in there. Okay, and now we're ready for the ice cream. That screen looks dark. I hope y'all can see. Now I'll have to tell you, we've already been into the ice cream last night late. See? So what we're going to do is scoop some out. Right on top of these strawberries. A big scoop. That's a really big scoop. It's been in my freezer, so it's a little hard to scoop out. That ought to do it. Big, big hunk of ice cream. There's the ice cream. It's very creamy. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. This is the end of our meals for the day. We just had the smoothie this morning, and then the bigger meal late this afternoon, and then we're going to have the strawberry shortcake, and then we are done for the day. All right, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.